Austin, my man, you are back.
What's good, Blade?
Alright, so, what are we doing today?
We're back with Cybers again. What else?
Oh man, post-Savage Strike.
That's right.
Oh man. So, even before we get into this, how excited are you for Dual Power?
Very.
Yeah.
Very. When we get Naxter, it's going down.
Oh man, it's going down.
It's going way down.
Count. Anyways, let's get right into the Savage Strike Cyber Dragon profile.
Yeah, it's kind of weird just because we're kind of in no man's land until we get Naxter. So we're trying to just kind of chill for now.
We're basically just chilling like villains.
Trying to hold it down.
Nice.
So, you got your 3 Cybers.
Okay.
You've got your 3 cores.
Okay.
You've got your 3 hers.
Okay.
That's all standard.
Standard.
I still play my 1 dry.
Okay.
There's just a couple of things that make it really good. So like one of the key things I actually did it today, whereas I was floating on a hers.
Okay.
And so I added this to my hand and then summoned it, and they both became 5. And that way you don't have to use hers' effect to make it level 5.
Right.
You can use the other effect, so it frees it up. And then the other important thing is it's effectively a normal summonable level 5 monster. So that's really the main thing about it, because otherwise, like, you have these weird things where it's like, I did it again too, where I had like a Rampage Dragon on the board, and there's no real way for me to make a Nova Infinity unless I had this. So I did it where I added it, I picked it back up, and then was able to just make my Nova, make my Infinity.
And it's searchable, which is pretty crisp.
Exactly. So it's good for that. And then I played Double Veer.
Ooh, okay, so I don't remember if in your last list you played
I only played
double?
1 before.
Okay, so how's the double?
And I kept going back and forth, so it's important now that you have more Cyber Dragons. And you really do just need more. So it's like once we get Naxter, it'll be the same number. These will probably become Naxter as you get that. I might still play 1, I don't know yet. Just takeaways from Veer is like they're the quick links and the extra body on board and their other Cyber Dragons. Which makes them really good. The other thing too about these cards is they're the level 4s of the deck, which give more flexibility to overflow because you need more levels.
Oh, so
not only does this help making Seeger and things like that, so I don't have to use other resources, I can just make the card. It then fuels, so it's like when I go core Veer, it protects the core from getting ashed, and I can make my Seeger then, and then I have, if I search the overflow with the core, I have 2 Cyber Dragons in my graveyard ready to go to pop.
I see, okay. So, and then when Naxter comes out, you will be doing what?
I'll probably drop the dry and one of the Veers.
Okay.
I could drop both of them, but I'm not sure yet. I still like having one a lot of the time, but we have to see. But
and I assume you also have to still do testing for all of that.
Yes.
Okay, for sure.
But it is fantastic, so that's good.
Nice.
3 honorary Cyber Dragon.
Fair.
This is still, I've seen some guys cut this to 2. Not a fan. The main reason is, well, let me put it this way. It's like you have a choice to make, whether you want to run 2 or 3, in the sense that if you run 2, yes, it's less likely that you're going to draw multiples, which isn't good. However, after you use 1, you add the second, there's 1 left in the deck.
Okay.
So you can either save it, or what's good about it is I like keeping 1 in the deck, is because when you go into the Summon Sorceress play, I don't want to pull a Cyber Dragon out. I'd rather pull the last copy of this.
Right.
Because if you pull a Cyber Dragon out, it's more likely than the Machine Dupe will be dead. So it's just, that's up to player preference on how you want to do that. So for me, it's like I'd rather play the 3. And it doesn't happen enough for me to cut it, even if I open 2. I just haven't had that problem. So for me, that's more important to keep the Machine Dupe live than worry about that. So
Gotcha.
that's what I do there. And then for the last of the monsters, 3 Ash and double Droll.
So Ash makes sense. Droll. How do you like Droll in this deck?
So Droll is actually pretty good in Cyber Dragon specifically, because what it does for you is effectively get your opponent to pass on a suboptimal board. And anytime you can get your opponent to pass on a suboptimal board, Cyber Dragons are really good at breaking weaknesses and potentially OTKing through those boards. So if I can if I can Droll someone and get them to stop, and I can potentially answer their board and kill them. So it makes it really nice. So it's kind of hit and miss. So it's like it's good against dangers. It's decent against. Actually, I don't know if it's good against Salamandrites, honestly.
Personal experience, it's not like the greatest.
It's not. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. It's just sort of why I don't play 3, because like I don't really. It's just kind of floating in there. But I wanted to do something to where the fact it's mostly in there against the Danger Guard Dragon, Thunder Dragon deck, whatever that is. Because they just keep going and going and going. So it's like that. So I don't like 3, but 2 is actually really good. These were Called by the Graves. I dropped the Called bys just because I'm trying to go second a lot, and Called when you go second isn't that great. So I'd rather do this and get that crazy Guard Dragon deck to stop.
Yeah, that card's amazing against that deck.
Yeah, so it's like, and dangers are everywhere. So that was the whole thing with that. Ash is still really good. I know some people have cut it. People are kind of on the fence about hand traps this format, which I understand, but it's, in Cyber Dragons, they're important. But I will say this, you have a limited number. Like, never play more than 8 hand traps, I would say, in Cyber Dragons, because everything's a 2-card combo. So the more hand traps you play, the less combo oriented the deck becomes. And for me, like, I'll just tell everyone, like, I'm a synergy player, so I have to make sure all my stuff works together. This is how I like to build the deck.
Fair.
So, then I've got spells, triple emergency, double repair plant. That's still the same. My philosophy hasn't changed. What I'll do is I'll main this. I like going. It's easier to go full combo. It's important for this to be a 2, so you can put stuff back. The second effect's really important. And then Searching Galaxy Soldier is also really good. And then against like the Thunder Dragon stuff is all side 1 out.
Gotcha.
So that's not a big deal. But maining it, I think, is the right way to go. We still got 3 Rage Quit cards.
Oh man, I just gotta put some nice pizzazz on these ulti machine dupes.
They've come up. I actually, to a guy today, I made him sad because I machine duped any Ash and I had a second one.
So, further proof that common Ash cannot negate ultimate machine dupe.
So, main power card, play 3. Double instant, really good extender. Keeps going. I actually did a play today where I instant fusion out the Panzer and let it die just to crack a card. It didn't matter. I always want to have those. Like I said, I'm a synergy player, so I want to be able to keep going. These, I am super happy to be playing in here again, that the format changed to let me play these cards again. Double Overload Fusion. So we're back on here.
Man.
So this card, I would say, is like, I wasn't playing this before, I was playing Eltannons. But with the Guard Dragon, Thunder Dragon deck now, they can straight up just negate Eltannon.
Oh, so Eltannon activates like on field.
On board, yeah. So, and the other thing is too, is like you have to put a monster on board or engrave and then drop the Eltannon to be able to summon it in the first place. Whereas this, even if say like they negate the Rampage or something else happens like that, it's still a level 5 machine to put on the board, even if nothing else happens. So it lets you then keep going into like Nova or Infinity, whatever it is. And the format's more, there's a lot more back row in this format than there was last format, post-Soul Fusion, so it makes Rampage better, so that's why this is really good. And I would also say, just a quick note, like the one advantage this card has over Cyberload Fusion is, well, Cyberload's quick play and searchable and all those good things. This card is fast. The main speed of this card is what lets you kill people when you probably shouldn't be able to kill them otherwise. So like when you I like core veer, like add my card or whatever and go into Seeger, then you just overload people and just kill them. So it's fantastic for that. Nice. And then one of's Foolish. This makes me sad actually because this was Soul Charge, but we all know what happened to that. 1 Reborn, 1 Rev System, 1 Cyberload. This is all pretty standard. Rev System you can kind of play around with, I guess, if you really wanted to play 2, but you don't need to. I actually end up siding these out a lot. Just funny if I have to side in like heavily, because Reborn's just a card floating around in the deck, and then Foolish until we get Naxter. Foolish is like it's not a bad card, but it's just kind of there. It's just kind of there. And then 1 Overflow for the traps and impermanences. Nice. And I would say too, as a mention, is like I was main decking for a while, probably like a month when like YCF Pasadena was around and stuff, evenly matched. I would say this about the card though, it's like, well, the card itself is really good. It has a weird synergy with Cyber Dragons because it actually, well, yes, it can break the board. It can actually cause you to like brick in a way. Even if you can make a play, it's really kind of hard to describe, but it makes the deck feel funky. Right. I don't know how else to say it other than that. So it's like I would break a board, but then a lot of times like they would save a back row and not have any monsters. Well, then I can't use like a core effect, or I can't Cyber Dragon or do something else. So it had this like weird interaction. So I decided not to play it. I dropped it. Okay. That was with that. So because I know people were asking about that before. Oh. Things like that. So, but Impermanence is still really good, especially for this deck. So the extra changed a little. 1 Pleiades, I can't drop him. He does too many things. He's pretty good. Yeah, he does that. 2 Nova, and I'm back up to 2 Infinity again. Okay. And this will definitely be the ratio when we get Naxter, because Naxter, you can actually bring an Infinity back and then absorb something. Oh, then, you can? Yeah, Naxter revives any monster, any machine with 2100 attack or defense.
Oh, that's broken.
And so you can bring back Nova, Infinity, Rampage Dragon, Seeger.
So he can also revive an Infinity, and then you can use the Infinity to suck up the Naxter.
Absorb something? Yeah, so you bring one back. That's the thing I have tested with it, and then make another Nova, and then make another Infinity. So it's possible when Naxter comes out to have double Infinity boards again.
Wow.
Which will be dumb.
That's
and then
really
getting
good.
Nova back too is amazing as well. You don't have to get Infinity. Sometimes I actually got a guy. I brought the Nova back with the Naxter, and then just swung with the Nova and banished the Naxter, and it was just game. He just punched him. Fusions, I've got one Panzer, Fortress, double Fleet, double Rampage. Not playing the Eternity Dragon anymore. Ended up being because of the format change. I'm not playing Altanin anymore. It's not that great anymore. The overload was better. So as a result, this got changed out again.
Gotcha.
And then Link, still playing the Karibo, Genius, amazing, Seeger, probably he's like the new lifeblood of the deck, and then Sorceress. Once we get Naxter, double Seeger could be a thing, and then Griffin could probably be a thing again.
Okay. Would you want to go first when Naxter comes out?
It lets the deck do that more, but no, I mean, the deck's always a go second deck.
Right.
But it does let you make a board a lot easier. I would say it leaves it more flexibility between first and second. So that's really nice.
Nice. Well, Austin, any final words?
Oh yeah, I've actually got. I wanted to do something just real quick here.
My bad, I forgot about the side.
Because there's actually been a lot of stuff going on, and I keep playing around. I don't. There's not really anything I want to for sure side.
Okay.
But I would say honorable mentions would be I played double Border for now. Double Pankratops.
Okay.
Because he's really good for that. Triple Twin Twister. These are the cards I would say for sure I would want to side. And then actually I'm looking for another one, Patronade. It's really good against Striker, decent against Altergeist, decent against Salamangrates because they said a lot.
Right.
What was the other thing too? There was another deck. There's another deck too. I can't remember something about that. The Called Buys, I put them in here. I only like them for when I go first. And I'll probably end up cutting it down to 2, honestly. It's okay, but I'm kind of iffy about it. And then Gozens, and these just went back in. I wasn't playing them for a while.
Gotcha.
So you can see this is only 14 cards, and this would probably be a second Patronade.
Right. And then you'd figure out what the last card would be, maybe another Pankratops or something.
Yeah, Gozens better. I don't like 3 just because you never side them in because it's tough. I'll say it's really tough to side for Cyber Dragons because you never really know if you're gonna go first or second because people know you like going second. So if they're choosing to go first or second, I don't really know how to side a lot of the times because I don't want to have cards that I have to go first or second to play. So it's why Altanin isn't in here. It's why a bunch of cards. So Gozen isn't horrible going first or second. You can flip it up later and break the board.
Right.
Twin Twisters is the same sort of thing, where it's I can set it or do something like that. So there's a lot of discussion actually to be about the side because it's a really hard deck to side for actually. Nice.
Well, Austin, thank you so much for participating again in another deck profile.
Yeah, I'll be back after Dual Power again.
Dual Power will be a big day for all Cyber Dragon players when Cyber Dragon Naxter comes out.
Yep.
All right. Well, until then, we will see you guys later.
Thanks a lot, bud.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to support me further than just watching my YouTube videos, go down into the description and support me on Patreon. It helps out quite immensely. As well, if you guys want to talk to me further than just my YouTube comment section, go down into the description and join my Discord server. Thank you guys so much for watching, and with that, I hope to see you soon.